I'm Michael Fox, and this is Prospector Podcast, and we're live on location at the Vancouver Resource Investment Conference. And I'm joining me, Jean-Sébastien David, who is the President and CEO of NioBay Metals. Welcome, JS. We'll go with JS.
Yeah, let's go with JS. Hi, Michael. How are you?
I'm very good. As I say, I call you JS off the mic, so we might as well keep it on the mic anyways.
That's perfect.
For those who aren't familiar with NioBay Metals, let's give them an explanation as to what it is.
Pretty old exploration company. We've been listed on the Montreal Stock Exchange in 1954. We are in the critical mineral sector for the last 8 years. We own 3 assets. One is the James Bay Niobium Project, which is a pure niobium play. And then the Crevier Project, which is a niobium tantalum project. And we took an option on a titanium project up Quebec City in Quebec.
Okay. For the purpose of this particular podcast, we're going to talk a lot heavier on niobium than we are on the tantalum, because there's been a lot of news flow coming out of your niobium projects. But before we do that, a lot of people, they hear the term niobium, they're really not sure what it is or what it's used for. So let's give them an overview of niobium and what it is used for.
So mainly, niobium has been used so far to strengthen and lighten the steel. So it's a kind of you produce a kind of an alloy with the steel, so to reduce the weight and to give flexibility to the steel. So mainly that was the main market, and that was ferroniobium. For NioBay, we're looking to produce niobium oxide, which is a niobium oxalate. And the niobium oxalate is used, has been used for the last 5 years for the battery industry. So one of the reasons why we bring back the Crevier project, it's when Toshiba decided to put on the market a niobium battery. So we said, wow, this is a great opportunity for us, and this is why we have decided to build a pilot plant in Quebec City right now. It's in place, and we're going to process material from Crevier. The reason for that, we're going to just make sure that our flow sheet is accurate. And also, it's a niche market, so you need to attract your client. And how you're going to attract it? It's with product. So we're going to produce product from that pilot plant. We're going to produce niobium oxide, and then maybe we're going to be able to get an offtake agreement. So we have a list of 5 clients, and we're going to be able to supply 5 kilos for the first 2 potential clients by March, and then we're going to do another bigger one in August, starting in August, September, October. We're talking about 100. We're looking to produce 100 kilos of niobium oxide, and that's going to be also give it to potential clients. So we're in the crunch. We're in the crunch. It's pretty excited, I will say. So the niobium oxide, it's a great market for us. To us, it's a better market than ferroniobium.
Perfect. Now, niobium itself, it's on the critical metals list.
It is big time.
And I've lost track of all the critical metals that China's no longer selling us. Is niobium one of those?
Yeah, it is. And to be, last week, China was putting niobium oxide on the market at a price of $100 US per kilo. And so for those who doesn't want to work with China, the only supplier today is CBMM from Brazil. So that's why we're getting phone calls from potential clients. They want more supply. They want to get product from other companies. So yeah, there's a market, and for now it's almost a monopoly.
Okay, so right now there's current, and until the pilot plants come online, there's currently 2 suppliers. It's the Chinese and the Brazilian.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming the Brazilians are servicing everybody that the Chinese have now cut off, right?
Exactly.
So in the West, which I'm assuming is where all the Chinese supply has been cut to,
True.
what is the impact of them cutting the niobium trade off from their sources? What does that do to industry in the West?
Well, CBMM just doing more business. CBMM can put a higher price. So there's no I will say there's no lack of product, but there's a lack of supply. So it's just CBMM that can supply that material for now. And again, that's the reason why we're pushing very hard, and we're doing this pilot plant, and we want to become the second player in niobium oxide for the West again, and mainly a good story. We received a phone call from a company from the US, and when they phoned us, I was surprised. I said, "Well, Mr. David, we did a due diligence on your business, and seems that you have no shareholder from China or from Russia, so that's why we're giving you a call, and we are interested to get some samples from your pilot plant."
It's good to have friends in high places,
yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly.
So okay, your NioBay project that's in Ontario,
Yeah.
that had been not really dormant, but it had been very quiet as far as news coming out because of some political issues, for lack of a better term for it. But
Yeah.
there's been a break in that in the latter part of the year, and now we're starting to see a lot more activity coming out of the Ontario area.
True. First of all, we released a press release last week to show that we can also do niobium oxide, high quality niobium oxide from that project. That's one thing. Secondly, we've been in the middle. We're at the end of this process of the permitting process to renew for 3 years to do exploration, to go back and to do exploration. So now we are at the period that we need to do the duty to consult with Moose Cree First Nation. So we're in the middle of that. So yes, there's been more noise, more movement, and one of the reasons is because we have asked for a new permit up there, and we're looking very much to go back and finish our drilling program.
Okay. If that were to become a mine up there, what is the impact on the Moose Bay community? It's got to be positive, right?
Lots of jobs, I can tell you, lots of jobs. And the size of the mine, we're looking to do, at the end, we're very, it's at an early stage up there, but we're looking to do an underground operation very similar than NioBay, because as you know, there's only 3 niobium mine in the free world, so 2 in Brazil and 1 in Quebec. So, and the one in Quebec has been in operation for the last almost 50 years. And we think that it's the right time to bring a new niobium project in Canada. And the size of it will be very similar. So for the Moose Cree community, we're talking about an operation of 42 kilometers south of Moose factory. If this happened, and be able to bus people from Moose Factory or Moosuni to come and work at the plant. So very, very positive impact up there. That's for sure. But first, we need to finish our drilling program, and we need to get the opportunity to sit down with the new chief and council and to present the results and see how we can craft something, a win-win project with them.
Perfect. It's important for these communities, but it's also important that it's a win-win for everybody concerned. So otherwise, they're one directional.
No.
deals. And we're in downtown Vancouver, one of the things I hate is all the one-way streets. So it makes it very one-directional, makes things very, very hard to get around. So let's step down from the north where you're working and exploring in order to get to the stage where you're going to be able to supply your pilot plants. How much niobium will actually come from the pilot plant projects, and in relationship to the amount of niobium, say, that's needed for manufacturing?
From the pilot plant, we're looking to supply, let's say, more than 100 kilos of material. That's going to be enough to attract someone, and maybe one or two, and maybe with them to build a small mill. Maybe we can scale up the next pilot plant a little bit bigger with them, and then be able to produce more material. At the end of the day, those people, they don't need to get 100 ton or 200 tons of material. They just want to have the sense if this can fit their needs, and then it's a kind of a teaser for them to say, oh yeah, we have someone, those guys can supply us, and let's work with them. So with that, I think we can maybe bring a big brother with us, helping us to make everything happen. So the pilot plan is critical, and in fact, the provincial government thinks so too, because they give us $500,000 to do it. So they see that there's a huge potential, and in that area they shut down 3 sawmills, and so they're looking to diversify the economy up there. So we're in good position to put a project at Crevier.
Yeah, the Quebec government has been very good to have the foresight to realize that not only do they have the minerals, but they have the opportunity to vertically integrate it to take advantage of the fact that they have the minerals.
Yep.
I've been on my own personal soapbox later, pounding the fact that Canada should be an energy superpower, and projects like yours are going to take us down that road.
Yep.
And
for sure.
We have all sorts of opportunities like that in this country to be able to supply green technology support things such as the niobium for these batteries.
Yep.
And a lot of it is being overlooked by the mainstream media. It just really doesn't want to see it. So
no, and what I like from the niobium oxide, you cannot just do a niobium battery. You can also use the niobium oxide just to dope other type of batteries. CBMM have done huge research and very good job on that to show that when you're adding niobium oxide to any type of batteries, that helps the battery on for the cycles, for in cold weather, and so what I like, it's good for the anode and the cathode. So it can be used in both poles. So which is pretty good.
Which is good. So the future looks pretty bright.
Oh no! We're very happy, and 2025 will be a good year for NioBay for sure.
Wonderful. What are the plans for 2025?
So we're spending money on Crevier. Make sure that we're going to produce the material for our potential clients. We will go back in the field and do quite a big bulk sample there, and we will also spend some money on the titanium project, because I have people from Ontario, shareholders, and they're looking forward to see results from that. And we've been in discussion with big players in titanium. Our intent is not to open a titanium mine. Our intent is to produce a good resource calculation, maybe a pre-feasibility study, but it's just to attract a big player, because we're going to put our effort on the niobium sector big time, because this is we're dedicated to the niobium.
Keep your eye on the ball, so to speak.
Yeah, for sure.
Perfect. If people want to follow the NioBay story, because this one is intriguing, folks. This is cutting edge technology as well as a mining play. How would they follow you?
Well, they can go on our website and they can subscribe to our newsletter. So I'm using the newsletter to provide as much information as I can, and with that they can also ask questions, and we usually answer pretty fast.
Yeah, it's one of the things I like about this company. They are very responsive to shareholders and will answer questions. So
yeah, we do every time.
I appreciate you joining me. It's been great to get it caught up, and I look forward to seeing results coming and more news in 2025.
Thank you, Michael.
NioBay Metals is a paid sponsor of the Prospector News. The Prospector News podcast is for educational purposes only. The opinions expressed are those of the participants and are not to be taken as investment advice. Listeners need to do their own due diligence and seek advice of a licensed investment advisor.